think we're live, and I'm checking my phone. It always goes live faster than expected. The best was last time I was telling my kid to turn down his TV, and it was right on the call. Welcome today. It's been an interesting day in Minnesota with lots of snow. I'm jumping in the group to just see if I can get these. Okay, yep, there we are. So I can see it. I'm going to turn down the volume, and today's going to be pretty cool. We're going to talk about audiences. So hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully your business is still plugging along, or you might be in a waiting game for it. I don't know, you're essential, non-essential, but there's always things you could do to try to make money online. I want to talk today about audiences. This came up with a friend of mine, actually Joanne, my mastermind partner. She was just still confused with audiences. And I thought, I had just brought up to another potential client when I was talking to them about some deeper Facebook ad audiences, and they work really close with ads, but they didn't even know like some of these deeper audiences even existed. And I run into this a lot. There are some amazing audiences and things you can do with your Facebook ads with these audiences, but a lot of people don't even realize they exist. So we're talking today about beyond just the, what do you call it? The basics, like beyond just your, targeting geographic location, different age groups, people that are interested in something. We're talking beyond that. We will talk a little bit about that too, but we want to talk beyond that. So we're going to dig into audiences today. So welcome. Put in the comments below, say hi, where you're from, business that you're in. Love to always hear that so that I know who is here. Hello, Christina. And I see Charles, Cindy, Greta. Cool. We're going to delve into audiences. This is going to be an experiment for all of us because I am going to do this via whiteboard in Zoom. And I have not done things, and I practiced earlier, so we'll see how well I do. I like that they have typing, because if it was writing, I'd be all over the place. But, and then eventually, once I show you what this is, then I think I actually want to make it into like some sort of infographic or something, because it's pretty cool how I'm going to break this down. All right. Hey, Gerard. Okay, so let's get going on this. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to do whiteboard. How exciting. And I'm going to get rid of my little picture in the corner for here for now, if I can. Okay, there we go. So now I have this little, you should be able to see my screen. Let me open this up as wide as possible. Okay, I don't know if you can see the text stuff, but we're going to do this right here. I have a little, so let's start with my line. So I'm going to draw a line across the top, and above that, what I want to do is talk about these over here on the left is going to be conversion. These are the audiences that are most for conversion. And then over here on this side is brand awareness. Okay. So we have conversion to brand awareness, and then there's going to be 3 different groups. So let's see if I can draw this. Here's one. Actually, I would love to start that further over, because that's a big one. Okay, we're going to go over here. I know I left the dot, but I don't care. And then here's this one in the middle. And so we're going to have 3 different audiences. Now, this one here is what I would call your warm audience. I call this the warm audience, but we can actually put almost hot. Okay, that one's the hot audience. Then we have here what I would call a cold audience. but it is based on warm. So it kind of stems from the warm. So it's kind of like a, it's a little bit of a warm, but it's still a cold audience. I think a lot of people get this mixed up. Okay. A lot of people do get this mixed up, and it's important to understand all of these. And then we've got the cold, straight up cold audience. And if I could add emojis, I'd put a little burr in there. Okay. But I can't. And let's go over here. I'd love to drag this. This is kind of fun. So bear with me. We're getting to the point. And then we've got to draw a line. We'll draw another line under there. Nope, that's not a line. Come on. Draw a line, and just another line under there. Okay, now we're going to get into the next layer. So which is the warm audience? We have, these are what we call the custom audiences. So this is your custom audiences. You would find this anytime you're creating an audience, there's custom audiences, and we will be breaking that down. And then right here, this is what we would call the lookalike audience. So if you've ever heard of a lookalike, if you haven't, we'll explain. But a lookalike is very similar to a different audience. And Facebook basically figures out your lookalikes for you. And then the cold audience is going to be based on many things, but it's going to mainly be based on interests and behaviors. Okay, so that's the coldest audience that you have. So now the key thing is, this is where you want to target the conversion ads. Over here, here mainly, you're going to focus on more of the brand awareness. And then we bring in the conversion by retargeting the cold audiences. So let's delve one next layer further. Oh, I thought I grabbed the line. Okay, line. We want line. We don't want you. They don't let me erase. There's an eraser somewhere, but there we go. Okay. So now next one down. So now we're going to list all these different types of audiences over here. So let's talk about all the different custom audiences that there are. First one, website traffic. In the trainings that I did, I talked about setting up your Facebook pixel. If you have not set up a pixel on your website, it is advised if you possibly can, if you own your own website, that kind of thing. So bottom line is, website traffic is set up. How you can target that is with a pixel. If you haven't set it up, Google how to set up Facebook pixel, and you can definitely do that too. Get your pixel on, because otherwise you can't target website traffic. So that's one custom audience. Customer list. What do I mean by this? This could be, they match up your phone numbers, emails, addresses even. It depends on what you have, but a lot of the main one that the customer list that we typically use is emails. So the emails is what we use a lot of. So if you have an email list of 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it may be, if it's less than 500, it's kind of tough. So I would say try to get it, above that. But you can upload that customer list inside your ads manager, and now you have a warm audience to target. So that's another one. Video. So video is what they call it. I call it video viewers, but bottom line is, anybody that's watched your videos, you can retarget also. So that's another great one that I would highly, highly recommend. And we've talked about that quite a bit. Instagram. I'm just going to do IG business profile. So this is the people that have engaged with your posts and anything that you've done over on Instagram. Same thing with Facebook page. So that's the Facebook page, same thing. You can put an ad in front of them. Now, events is another one. If you run events and you have a lot of people RSVPing for those events, you can also do that. And then I'm going to just mention lightly the other ones: lead forms, apps, and offline activity. Okay, those are some that just I want to mention, but the bottom line is they're not big ones. But if you do run lead ads and you have a bunch of those, then you can do lead forms. Apps, if you have an app, then you would do that. And offline activity is if you're tracking the activity coming in your door with your Facebook ads, and that gets a little more complicated. Okay, top ones are big ones though, and I highly recommend using those a lot. We'll talk about how we're going to use these too after I go through the other layers. Lookalike audience is our next one. And we base that on, okay, Facebook page, website, email list, and video views. Those are the main ones that we set up and use. So what this is you, when you're in there, you can create what they call a lookalike, and then you'll grab your Facebook page and create the lookalike audience. Grab the website and create a lookalike audience. This lookalike will be in the millions of people. Now, it does not geo-target that audience, so you'd have to add that layer onto the lookalike, but some of the best audiences that I've had have been based on lookalike of an email list, because an email list we know is a very highly engaged audience. And so if you can create something that is very similar to that highly engaged email list, that tends to be a great audience. People forget about lookalike audiences. And if you do remember lookalike audiences, I find that a lot of people think they're a warm audience, and really they're a completely cold list, but they are based off of a warm audience. So that's why I think they're warmer in a way than the straight up cold audiences. Hopefully this is making sense to you. So this is where it's a little confusing, but the bottom line is I just want to break this down, then I'll show you like how I would use these with different ad targeting. So last one is the cold audience. And with this, we have the interests and behaviors. So let's make my box here. Bringing it down a little bit, trying to make it neat here. This one has, let's do, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. You typically can do location, but I want to mention if you are based on anything that is in that special housing, employment, finance category, then you cannot do it by zip code, but you can do it by cities and states and that kind of thing. So you do lose a little bit, but you don't lose everything. So location is one thing that you can do in both circumstances. You can also do interests. People interested in another type of Facebook page, your trucking company, people interested in trucks, in fishing, in sports, and whatever, people that are interested in something, you can target that in the housing category too. So both categories. Now, what you can do in most of your businesses are fine and can do this too, but if you are in the housing category, you cannot do it based on sex, age, or behaviors. You'd lose the behaviors. Behaviors means, for instance, some of the targeting we do with jewelers is a certain income level, and that is in the behaviors. Recently engaged, recently shop online often, stuff like that. That is a behavior. So there's two different areas that you have with this. And this one right over here is the one that this cold audience is the one that people focus the most on. And it's fine, but really in reality, you should focus more on this. Because the bottom line is people that have been to your website have showed an interest in you. People that are on your email list have showed an interest in you. People that have watched your video have showed an interest in you. People that have engaged on your Instagram and Facebook have showed an interest in you. So why not focus on the people that have showed an interest in you over the people that have no clue who you are? Make sense? Okay, I hope this is helping you really understand. So now the last layer we're going to put way at the bottom is how would we use these? So for this one, I would run a conversion ad specifically. So this would be if I want to make a sale directly, if I want them to opt into my email list, I might even still do it to this list. But I do things for the brand awareness in front of these two audiences. So this audience and this audience. If I can bring it down, come on. We would run a brand awareness campaign for this audience, and video works very well for this. So with video in these two audiences, you can get engagement, you can get, so both of these, you would definitely do that brand awareness to warm them up. So then once they're warm, move into the warm, then we can run a conversion ad to sales directly over here. Conversion ad. So that could be, directly asking for a sale on that end. Now, I wanted to break this down so you understand how it works. It doesn't mean that you have to do it this way. Do I run conversion ads over here? Absolutely. I do. With certain clients, I run cold audiences a lot for a direct conversion. But the second layer I still would do, even if they didn't convert, maybe they did convert. Well, if they did convert, that goes deeper, but I exclude the people that convert, and I still would run another campaign to these warm audiences here. So we're always consistently getting in front of people that showed an interest over here. But it does work best. You can do just staying top of mind brand awareness with these audiences over here. And these audiences over here are the ones that you would convert over. We're not going to get into the details of like how to do this today, because this is more of a I want you to understand what all the different audiences that there are. But inside your ads manager, there's a place to create audiences, and they are called custom, lookalike, and then they call them saved audiences. So saved audiences would be this audience over here. And then that's where you dig down and choose interests and all that, those different things. So you definitely want to get, and whenever I take on a new client for running ads, anything that I do with any of my clients or when I train and teach, I suggest getting all your audiences in place before you even launch ads, because then you have them ready to go. Housing's a little more complicated, but getting all these different custom audiences set up and at the beginning makes your life a lot easier. Now, there are two audiences that do not feed in automatically that you have to update once in a while. Depending on your email provider, I didn't want that, undo. The customer list is a big one that is one that you obviously want to update often. You may want to update that monthly, depending on how fast you're building your email list. So you definitely want to update the customer list. If you have to upload that as a CSV file. And if you want to upload the CSV file, that do that once a month or every couple of weeks, it depends on how fast you build your list. There are a few, I think MailChimp is one of them, that feed into Facebook automatically. So every time you add a new email subscriber, it will feed into Facebook, which is nice. But website traffic, once you have that pixel set up, it will feed in automatically. So you don't have to update that all the time. Video viewers, anytime that you have a video, you need to create a video viewer audience for that specific video. And then, I mean, you could do multiple videos at once. When I work with clients, I typically do one time a month. I grab all the videos they did and I create a video viewer audience. Depends on how often the client does videos. Instagram and Facebook profiles, those automatically feed once you've set those up. So that's nice. Those automatically feed. So there's really only the customer list and the video viewers are the main ones that you're going to have to update as you go, depending on how fast you're building those. And then these all are automatic lookalikes, and those, once you set them up, they're set up. Hopefully that helps you understand. Okay, so what I want you to do is grab a screenshot of this so that you make sure that you have it. Grab some sort of screenshot so that you have it. And then I am going to come back on camera. So tell me if you have any questions. I'll leave this up for a minute. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm watching inside the Facebook. Any questions at all on that? Key thing is just don't forget the custom audiences. Don't forget the custom audiences. Very, very important to be using those custom audiences. The average advertising, you guys may know this stat better than me, but in any type of advertising, whether it's postcards, whether it's newspaper, whatever it is, website, e-commerce, anything online, the average person needs to see something and see and hear from you is 7 to 12 times. So by putting the content in front of people over and over and over again with the custom audience is not a bad thing to do. It keeps you top of mind with people that are the most interested. Okay, I'm going to come back to the camera here. I did not see any questions. All right, so no questions at all. I just want to end with, inside my Ads ROI Academy, I want to make sure that you guys know through the month of April, I'm running a special offer. It is only $97. That's it. It's a $597 program, Ads ROI Academy. I will put the link in here. And that does walk you through step by step on how to set up all these audiences. That's just one part of the training, is deeper into audiences and conversion pixels and just some different deeper audience things that you may need to know for your business. That's all inside Ads ROI Academy. So take advantage. If you want to learn ads, take advantage of it. If not, that's totally fine. There's trainings in here for free too. But Ads ROI Academy, I will never be doing that price point again. I'm doing that special for COVID. And there is a actual code. It's COVID 97. So COVID 97. So I'm just offering that temporarily. Info about uploading my email list. Okay. Gerard, just go ahead and feel free to email me on that. Definitely. Yep. Get that email. The one thing is, they will not take, with uploading the email list, they do not accept Excel. So you have to make sure it's Excel, but it has to be a CSV file. I hope that makes sense. So when you save it, you have to go choose CSV, because they only will take CSV files. They won't take XLS or whatever. So for some reason, it's only CSV files. But like I said, if you're setting that up, you can also do MailChimp. And with if you are using MailChimp, and I believe that feeds into it directly. All right, I don't see any other questions, but that's very good. Hopefully you guys understand that and got a lot out of today, and go dig into your audiences and make sure that you are using retargeting, meaning retargeting, getting in front of the people that have that interest in you over and over and over again. All right. Have a good day, you guys, and take care. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a good one.